One of the problems we'll see on the test is writing a percent which shows 32% as both a decimal and a fraction in its simplest form. Now we know that 32% percent means per hundred or hundredth, so 32% is really 32 hundredths. It's the same thing. So our little trick too is just to move the decimal 2 places to the left, representing tenths and then hundredths. So 0.32 or 3 tenths and 2 hundredths or 32 hundredths. So we can eliminate 32 as one of ours, and it can be either now A, B, C, or D. And now we can write 32 hundredths as a fraction because we know it represents 32 parts of 100. 32 hundredths. Hundredths is, once again, percent means per hundred, so it's 32 over 100. Now, however, we have to be careful because it says simplest form. We know from our rules of divisibility, 32, that an even numerator and an even denominator is not in its simplest form. They're both divisible by at least 2. So we can simplify this. It's not in its simplest terms. So I know that 8 times 4 is 32. So 32 is divisible by 4. And I know that 100 is also divisible by 4. So I can rewrite this as 32 divided by 4 is 8. And 100 divided by 4 is 25. So I have 32 hundredths, and as a fraction, 8 25ths. So my correct answer here is C. Now, we have to write 3/4 as a percent. Well, we should have in class memorized 3/4 is 75%. But what we're really doing here, a way to convert a fraction to a decimal, write it out, 3/4. And we're really dividing 3 divided by 4. So this, I can't think of it knocking it over this way. 3 divided by 4. And then I can just add a decimal here, put this up here and add a 0. And I can think of 30 divided by 4 would be 7. And I'd get 28. And a remainder of 2. So I have a remainder here, so I can bring another 0 down. 20. 20 divided by 4 is 5. Very important to bring this decimal up. 5 times 4 is 20. And now I have no remainder, so I don't have to bring anything else down. So it's 75 hundredths. And we know 75 hundredths is the same as 75%. Percent means per hundred or per hundredths. And converting from a decimal to a percent, we simply move the decimal place 2 to the right. 2 to the right to convert a decimal to a percent, 2 to the left to convert a percent to a decimal. So I got it right here. The answer is D. So now we're going to estimate 29% of 78. And we're not really rounding. We're looking for compatible numbers. So I can't really find 29%. I can't multiply by 29% very well. But I can with 10%, and 10% is 1/3 of 30%. So also 78 is kind of a tough number to work with. I think I'll work with, it's pretty compatible with 80. So I'm going to think of this as 80, and I'm going to think of this as 30%. Now, I don't know what 30% of 80 is, but I know 10% of 80, and we worked on this, is 8. And so that's 10% is 8. What's 30%? Kind of a ratio thing. So 10 times 3 is 30. 8 times 3 is 24. 30% is 3 times as much as 10%. And 24 is 3 times as much as 8. So if I multiply 10 by 3, also multiply the 8 by 3, I get an equivalency. It's 24. So 24 is my answer.